Get set, podcast listener, and be ready to win with your mentor, motivator, and marketer, Cam Roberts. Grow your business and achieve your goals quickly with the latest tips, tools, and tactics on business success and marketing. Subscribe now and download your free resources at camroberts.com.au.
Hey, Cam Roberts here, your friend in business, success and marketing. Thank you very much for joining my podcast show, Personal Brand Talk. I thank you very much for dropping in, and hopefully I can deliver some massive value to you today. Now, you're listening to this episode today because you're interested in sales presentations that convert like crazy, right? Now, I've helped literally hundreds, if not possibly thousands of people with their sales presentations over the years. In some capacities, that's been coaching people and educating people. In other capacities, it's been personally mentoring people step by step. And even in other capacities, it's been writing their sales presentation for them, slide by slide, for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, even 100 different slides, depending on the presentation. It could have been like a 2-hour webinar presentation, could be a 15-minute video sales letter. Whatever it is, that sales letter presentation, it's really designed for one objective in mind, and that is to get people to take action on the very next step that you want them to take. So sales presentations, firstly, what is a sales presentation? Well, it's exactly that. It's a presentation to make a sale, as I said. Now, they can come in many different shapes and sizes. So a sales presentation could be a live webinar. A sales presentation could be a recorded training, right? A sales presentation could be a video download. A sales presentation could be a podcast interview that someone else positions you as the expert, and you have a call to action or something you want to sell on their show, obviously with their permission. But that's it. That's a sales presentation, right? Now, what I'm talking about today, primarily on this topic, sales presentations that convert like crazy, we're talking about video sales presentations. So that is, someone lands on a page on the internet, they fill out a pop-up, they go somewhere on your link tree, whatever it is, and they land on this particular page that says, hey, you should learn about these 3 things that are going to change your life, change your business, change your career, make you more money, help your investments, build your wealth, whatever that is that you sell, right? And you give them 3 things that they're going to learn, that they are going to learn. So what are the 3 things they will learn by watching and joining your presentation? Now, as I said, it doesn't matter whether it's live, recorded, whatever it is. In the internet marketing world, we call them VSLs, a video sales letter. So if it's a recorded one, it's a VSL, it's a video sales letter. They'll get access to it. They can watch it straight away. You can set it up so it kind of looks like they've got to book it in. There are those fake webinars where you kind of go, next session starts in 15 minutes. Doesn't really start in 15 minutes. It's the webinar program, scheduling it out and making it look like it's going to start in 15 minutes. And all it does, it just waits for people to, join in 15 minutes, sends them a reminder, then they join on the 15-minute time slot. It's kind of fake out live webinar. Personally, not a big fan of those. Lots of people still do use them. However, my preference is, and this is just me as a user, I could be wrong, but my preference is if I'm going to download something, I want to watch it straight away. That's why I'm downloading it, right? So, but, try all different things. Try a bit of live, try the hybrid, try the one where, the fake out live webinar, and do the VSL where they just download and watch the video straight away, okay? So try all 3. Doesn't matter what it is, but make sure you use sales presentations to your advantage because they will help you sell more of your products and services. So what I want to do in this podcast today is I want to step you through the steps to putting a sales presentation together, because I've done this hundreds of times. And I was talking to a client yesterday and it comes up and I thought, gee, I should do this as a podcast, right? And so I stepped the following steps out with her and gave her some coaching on how to put her own sales presentation together for her own VSL page. So she's building out what we call an expressions of interest funnel, where people will land on the page. They'll want to know more about what she does. They'll watch the video. They'll opt in to watch the video. After the video, they'll book in a call with her. She'll have the call with them, and that'll be a different presentation, right? That'll be a one-to-one presentation, right? That's not the VSL. So what we're talking about is the bit after they opt in, the VSL, right? So they opt in on a page, somewhere on the internet, a link tree, a pop-up, a page, whatever it is, and now they're sitting in front of a video, watching a video. Now, the timing is irrelevant. I've got clients that run 1.5 to 2 hour, trainings and webinars and convert. I've got people that do 15-minute ones and convert. I've even got people that run 5 to 6 minute videos that convert, right? So really it's about testing and measuring, and it's about knowing your market, right? If your market's going to sit through 1.5 hours of content, great, run 1.5 hours. However, if you think they're not going to sit through 1.5 hours, try 5 minutes, try 6 minutes, try 10 minutes, try 15 minutes. That's what marketing's all about, testing and measuring the data. So with all of that in mind, here's the steps, right? So it doesn't matter whether your sales presentation is 1:30 or whether it's 6 minutes. These are the steps that you'll want to follow to have one that converts like crazy. So step number 1, make sure you congratulate people, right? Congratulate them on getting access. So as soon as they opt in, it's, hey, congratulations on getting access to my free training, or congratulations on getting access to the webinar, or congratulations on getting access to this video, series, or whatever it is, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, make sure you introduce yourself. So it's, hey, Cam Roberts here, your friend in business, success and marketing, right? Bang, away you go. And then tell them a little bit about yourself. So after you've congratulated them, after you've introduced yourself, tell them about yourself. Say, hey, listen, before we kick off, I want to let you know that you're in the right place and I'm the right person that can help you with this content, right? Can help you uncover these problems that you've got. Let me tell you quickly about who I am, how I can help you, and bang, away you go. I've been doing this, and this. I've been doing it for 25 years. I've helped these people. These are the companies I've worked with, right? Add up your social proof, build it up. That's what you do in the next step. So that's the 3rd step. Now, the 4th step is that you actually teach them the 3 things that you promise to teach them on your landing page. So this is the teaching component. Now, the teaching component, you want to teach people 3 things. So whether it's 6 minutes, you're going to teach them 3 things in like a minute each, you see, or 3 things and you're going for an hour and you want to teach them 3 things, you'll have like 15 minutes each, you see. It'll be 45 minutes and you'll have some time for an intro, have some time for a wrap up, and then there's your 1 hour sales presentation, right? So the 4th thing is teach them 3 things and only 3 things, right? Keep it in 3s. It's very simple. It has a nice flow. You can add some really good content in 3s. But if you go 4, 5, 6, or 7, it's just way too much content for people. So make sure that you only teach 3 things. Now, after you've done your teaching component, and your teaching should really position you and your product or service as the authority. So when you're teaching people in the teaching component of your sales presentation, what you really want to do is you really want to be selling at the same time. So it's selling without selling. I often call it invisible selling, right? So because you're teaching them, that shows your expertise and your knowledge in this field and positions you as an expert. You know what you're talking about. You don't need notes. You don't need fancy PowerPoint presentations. You talk about frequently asked questions people ask you, and it's just obvious to people that, you are a wealth of knowledge where all of this is concerned. So that's invisible selling, right? You're convincing people that you're the right person that can help them get their problem solved or help them get out of massive pain. So that's what you want to do with your teaching. Your teaching's got to uncover some of those pains that they have and just scratch away at the surface, right? Make them itchy and make them want to take that next step. That's really the intention of the 3 steps. And I will say, of the 3 teaching points. And I will say this, in the 3 teaching points, you don't want to tell them how to do things, right? So you just want to tell them what it is, right? So for instance, if I was back in the day, 20 years ago, probably was 20 years ago, I was a very competitive Ironman triathlete, right? And for those people that do triathlons, you kind of get this, but those who don't, like an Ironman is, it's a 3.8 kilometer swim, 180 kilometer bike ride, and a 42 point something kilometer run, right? Usually goes for around 11:30 hours is the average time. My best was 9 hours 30. Now, the thing is, if I was a triathlon coach and I wanted to teach people 3 things and not tell them the how to, well, what I would do is I would say, now I'm going to talk about the 3 ways that you can improve your bike time in an Ironman and take 30 minutes off your bike time, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them what the 3 things are, but I'm not going to tell them how to do it. So I might talk about, like, the first thing is to improve your strength training, right? So when you go to the gym, you want to be doing exercises that relate to, building up your hamstrings and building up your quadriceps. And you also want to be doing exercises that stretch out your ITB and stretch out your calves. Because if you get tight calves when you get off that bike, you're not going to be able to run well. And the other thing you want to be doing is lots of endurance type weights in the weight room, where you're lifting 4x20 sets of reps and you do it, right? And you see what I'm doing here? I'm talking about all of the things they can do, but I'm not specifically giving them the type of exercise that they should do. I'm not giving them the type of reps they should do in the gym. I'm not giving them the exact weight percentage of max RPM that they should be lifting, you see. So I'm not giving any of that away if I was a coach or a personal trainer, but I'm giving them all the other, overall stuff. So that's what you want to be doing in the teaching. Teach them what to do, but not how to do it, because the how to is your product and service, right? That's the how to. Now, the next one is, after you've done the teaching, the 5th one is the segue. So after you've done the 3rd teaching component, you want to segue into what we call the close, okay? So the close is a call to action about where you want them to go next. The segue comes before the close, and it's like a bridge between your last topic, your content, and the call to action. So the segue can happen very easily without a salesy kind of, tone to it whatsoever. And it's just something like, it goes something like this. Hey, so there you go. They're the 3 things to do A, B, and C and avoid X, Y, and Z. Now listen, here's your next step. If you love that content, here's your next step. And that's a simple segue. That's as simple as it gets, and that's all you need to do. And it just transitions nicely into the next step. Now the 6th one is the next step, right? It's the call to action of your sales presentation. And so you'll say, look, here's the next step. What I want you to do, I want you to click a button on this page, right? What I want you to do is schedule a call with me on this page. What I want you to do is click the button on this page to add it to your cart, right? Whatever it is, tell them the next step, okay? Now, after you've told them the next step, as part of the call to action is tell them what will happen in the call to action, right? So you'll say something like, okay, so here's the next step. Book a time with me on the calendar below where you're watching this video, right? Book a time with me on the calendar, day and time with me on the calendar below where you're watching this video. And what we're going to do is we're going to book into a free consult call or free discovery call. And in the discovery call, I'm going to ask you questions about your income, or I'm going to ask you questions about your wealth building goals, or I'm going to ask you questions about your health or your relationships or whatever it is that you do, right? So, and just unpack that and tell them, and then we'll talk about, where you want to be in 6 months. And then we'll talk about, what's your long-term goals. We'll talk about your short-term goals. So give them like 3 things that you're going to talk about in the discovery call. Or if you're selling something, just tell them about the thing, right? So you say, hey, here's what I want you to do. Click the button below, add it to your cart, buy it. When you buy it, you're going to get instant access. It's going to be sent to your email address. You'll also get an SMS, or it'll be shipped to you straight away. You get it within 3 days. You can unpack it. You can start using it, right? You tell them what's going to happen after they buy it or after they do the next step. That's all part of the call to action, okay? Now, the 7th and final step is just a sign off. And that's very quickly. Don't ramble on. Finish it quite sincerely, but just nice and cleanly, okay? And the finish would go after you've told them what to do and what's going to happen next. You simply go, well, that's a wrap from me. Hope you've enjoyed the training. Remember, take the next steps and reinforce it again. Remember, take the next step, book a call, add it to the cart, click the button, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. This is Cam Roberts signing out, right? Something like that very easily, okay? So that's it for me, and that's a wrap for me as well. So they're the steps to creating a successful sales presentation that will convert like crazy. If you didn't write them down, re-listen to this podcast again, because it is a formula that you should follow. It's a formula used by many successful internet entrepreneurs, internet gurus, successful salespeople on and off stage. It's a formula that's worked for hundreds of other people as well. And it's a very simple formula that you can follow to have a successful sales presentation in your business that will convert your clients, potential clients, buyers, and all of that stuff into raving fans and customers and clients long term as well. Now, if you need any help with this, make sure you head over to camroberts.com.au. Got a few different levels of programs where you can get support. If you're a business that's turning over $1 million a year, you can reach out and ask me to, you can apply to for me to join you as your marketing coordinator in a remote capacity or as a fractional CMO. So you must be turning over $1 million a year for that service. And then for those that aren't turning over $1 million a year, I've got 2 other programs, the Inner Circle Coaching Program, where I'll coach and mentor you personally and help you grow and scale your business and brand and your marketing, improve your ROIS and ROI on all your marketing, create profitable campaigns. If that's for you, check that out. That's my Inner Circle. And for those that kind of not ready for private coaching and private mentoring, hey, head over to Business Mastery. I've got a Business Mastery program. You can join and you can get access to my training, my insights on a regular basis. Tips and techniques will be sent to your inbox every single week. You'll be able to jump on webinars with me, ask me any questions you like about your business, your brand, or your marketing and your sales, and I'll help you grow and scale your business in the months and years ahead. Well, this is Cam signing out. Until next time, make sure you like us, subscribe to the podcast, leave us a positive review on Facebook, Spotify, Google, all the usual places. Until then, this is Cam Roberts signing out.